I'm Angie Morency, and this is Las Vegas. Now, I know some of you are thinking, isn't Sin City just a place for people to go on 48-hour drinking binges and watch half-naked women dance around? No, Las Vegas has tons of fun and exciting things to do. I'm here to show you some of my favorites and some stuff I've never done before. And you don't even have to be drunk to see half-naked women dancing around. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm here with Mike from the MOV Museum. Hello. And he's been so nice enough to go ahead and answer some of our questions that we have. So, Mike, I am half Italian. So I know why I'm completely obsessed with the mafia, but can you tell me that maybe why some other people are so fascinated by the mafia?
Well, I'm of Sicilian descent, and
that's perfect, so you know.
I know, and I wasn't completely fascinated with the mafia until I started working here. I think, you know, when the mafia came here to America, it was Russian, Jewish, and Italian immigrants, so that was sort of the birth of the mob in America, and a lot of people had connections to them, be it through their name, or a lot of these mobsters lived in the towns or the cities where a lot of these people grew up, so that became the fascination. And just this whole larger-than-life, over-the-top lifestyle, where people could go out, commit these sort of crimes, do these sorts of activities, and be so brazen about it. People wanted to know a lot more about it.
That is a really good point, because it's such a cool lifestyle, in my opinion, as well. Like, I don't know, again, because I'm Italian, I just kind of thought that was a cool lifestyle, even though it wasn't really the right lifestyle. It's pretty cool. So what is your favorite exhibit or piece that's here in the museum?
Well, you know, we're standing right here in the waiting room of the courtroom. This very courtroom is where one of the national FOBR hearings took place. There are only 14 courtrooms across the city that held these hearings to expose organized crime, and one was right in this courtroom. So this is one of my favorite exhibits because it shows you a movie, basically details what these hearings entail. One of my other favorite exhibits is right down the hall, and that's a craps table. You put the poster down, and you can basically look and see which mobsters were connected to which and to which hotels.
Oh, that is so cool. That's really neat. And you guys, I believe, opened this year on February 14th.
I know, nothing says love like opening on Valentine's Day, right?
I know, right? Well, especially for the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, which I think is actually a little bit more important than Valentine's Day. I don't know if that makes you sick or not.
My Bloody Valentine. Yeah, so the significance of that was the anniversary of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre that happened in 1929 in Chicago, where 7 members of the Angie Morency gang was shot and killed by Al Capone's gang, and we actually have the brick wall from that massacre on the 3rd floor.
That is, I'm really excited to see that, and I don't know if that makes me a sick person, but I'm very excited.
Not any more sick than the others we've been here.
That's good. That's a good point. And you know, I guess my last question would be, can you just give us a little bit of the history of the mafia and early Las Vegas?
Sure. You know, this building was built in 1933. That was the year Prohibition ended. Gambling was legal in 1931 in Nevada, so a lot of people started getting ideas, gambling's legal there, let's start coming here. So really about the mid-1930s, that's when you saw a lot of mobsters start coming to Las Vegas. Obviously the ones with their first roots, one of the most famous ones, Bugsy Siegel, who got money to build the Flamingo Hotel. And from there you sort of started seeing a lot more mobsters coming in here and doing their work, because it was an open city. Nobody had ties to the city, nobody had the turf claimed, if you will. So you saw different mobsters coming in, and then from there it became this whole sort of tumbleweed, if you will, to use a good analogy, of events. You know, in the 80s we had Franklin D. Roosevelt's car bombing that happened over at Tony Roma's. We had our former mayor here and former mob defense attorney defending Tony the Ant Scolatro at his trial. So there was a lot of different mob events here.
That is so neat. I know I knew that the mob was involved in Las Vegas and kind of helped build it to what it is today, but I didn't really know about all those little events that happened. So I'm really excited to see the exhibit and to see all the different history of the mafia, and I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Of course.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And let's go shoot a Tommy gun. Bugsy Siegel. That's pretty sweet. Oh, that is so cool. And it pulls up all the information about Bugsy Siegel. So this pulls up everyone that's connected with Meyer Lansky, and then all of their information as well. That is so cool. I like that a lot. So Bugsy Siegel that's probably one of the originals, which is just something that's really cool. And I actually didn't know that Bugsy helped build the flamingo, so kind of want to go back in there and see it with different eyes now. So that's pretty sweet.
So this wall is actually the wall from the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, where Bugs Moran's people, there were 7 people in his gang who were lined up against this wall and killed by Al Capone's gang. And if you look closely, there's actually some bullet holes. Well, you don't even have to look very closely. There are clearly bullet holes on this wall
effect on January 17th,
from that day, from that massacre.
It was called a noble experiment.
I don't even know. It's pretty creepy to look at, but it's also just really fascinating as well. It really just shows kind of what the mafia and people are capable of doing. I think this is a really cool piece of this exhibit. It's really neat.
This is the most fantastic museum that I've ever been to. It has tons of interactive exhibits that are not only fun but very educational. And it's not only fun for kids, it's really fun for adults because you get to learn so much about the mafia, stuff that you never even knew existed because the mafia didn't really want you to know. My favorite exhibit was definitely the courtroom exhibit, so I have to agree with Mike. You go inside and it's the actual courtroom where these mob trials took place. And you're kind of sitting there and you're thinking, should I really be watching this? Because I feel like someone might, you know, kill me because I'm learning this information. But it's so amazing. They have this beautiful, beautiful video production. And it's just so real that you think you're actually sitting there. And I really enjoyed as well the little tidbits about John F. Kennedy, because I always kind of thought his assassination had to do with the mafia anyway, so it kind of tells you a little bit more puzzle pieces that you can kind of put together to really figure out that I think the mob was involved with JFK's assassination. Definitely check out the Mob Museum. It is worth the $18 admission fee. I highly recommend it. It's such a great place to go.
The Bellagio Conservatory is one of my favorite places in Vegas. The exhibit changes 5 times a year, one for each season and one to celebrate the Chinese New Year. Every day from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m., Mr. and Mrs. Greenthumb are available to answer any questions you have about the garden and to give you tips for your own garden. If you prefer an evening stroll through the gardens, there is live music daily from 5 to 6 p.m. And the best part? The exhibit is completely free and it's open 24/7.
Nine Fine Irishmen, located in New York, New York, is fantastic. The food is great and the entertainment is outstanding. Here's a little secret though. The entertainment starts at 9 o'clock. So that's when they also start a cover charge. So if you book a dinner reservation for 8:30 p.m., then you miss the cover charge. You get to enjoy your food with the entertainment and you don't have to fight for a place to stay. Up here in downtown Las Vegas, right on Fremont Street. This zip line, it spans the entire Viva Vegas canopy and sends you flying at 30 miles per hour. Now, I'm absolutely terrified to go in this thing, but I've seen little kids do it, so I figure that I better just like toughen up and just do it. Plus, I guess Vegas makes you do crazy things, right? So, do you think I'm allowed to scream? That was crazy! Oh my god! I think I like beat my pants just a little bit. That was absolutely crazy. I'm still shaking. That was scary. But fun. Scary but fun. It was scary in a good way. Thank you so much for joining me in Las Vegas. And remember, whatever happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas. Well, except for all that stuff I just filmed. But anyway, I hope you had fun, and I hope you discovered some things that you want to do next time you're in Vegas.